Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Supergirl and DCTV. Today we have some big news coming from the CW and Warner Brothers. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay guys, so it's been a long time since Supergirl ended. It's been over a year. We hit that anniversary back in, I think it was December, and so obviously since then we have had a couple of Supergirl characters return to the Arrowverse, that being Nia Now in the most recent episode of The Flash, plus also Alex Danvers in the episode that literally aired after the finale of Supergirl, which was in Armageddon on The Flash 2. So it's been a long time, but there's still been a fairly big amount of Supergirl content since then, especially because James Gunn, with the new DCEU that he is creating along with Peter Safran, announced that Supergirl would be having a feature film sometime in the next few years, that being Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is an adaptation of a really good comic book from the last few years. But also Supergirl is going to be in the Flash film played by Sasha Calle. We all know we're excited for that. But it was just announced today that a Supergirl character that was a big part of Team Supergirl is actually coming back with a new TV show, and that is in fact Martian Manhunter. For a long time we've been speculating, could there be a Supergirl spin-off? Well, technically Superman Lois is, but could there be a spin-off of any of the Team Supergirl characters that were a big thing in Supergirl's final season? And obviously lots of our minds went straight to Nia Now because we all pretty much agreed that she had a lot more in her, and that's why you've seen Nicole Main's push for more Nia stories in the comic books, but also in TV. You just saw that this week with The Flash when she showed up. It was amazing to see her. But then one of the other big characters was David Harewood's Martian Manhunter, aka J'onn J'onzz, and so I am very happy to say that according to official reports, there is a Martian Manhunter TV show in development. Details right now are quite scarce, however they are saying it's not connected to Supergirl, but in fact it's connected to the Superverse. So they're going to be expanding the Superman Lois universe by adding a Martian Manhunter show. Right now it hasn't been confirmed if David Harewood is going to be playing Martian Manhunter or not, because with what's going on in Superman Lois right now, they are very much so up in the air about casting the same actors to play different roles. And so this is good news for the Arrowverse, despite it not being fully linked in with Supergirl. So we could be seeing some retcons here and there in this Martian Manhunter show. They also haven't officially titled it anything, so it could just be called Martian Manhunter, but it's just really great to see that we're going to get another DC TV show. Obviously there's still other DC TV shows out there, like we've recently reported on. There is quite a lot of new shows that are linked to the DCEU coming on HBO Max, but also HBO Max is getting rid of a bunch of shows that are in development, and so you've seen shows move to Amazon, Netflix, and also Adult Swim. That was yesterday's video if you want to go check that out. So let's get back to the actual announcement. So it was announced that this Martian Manhunter spin-off is actually happening, although they haven't actually called it a spin-off because it's set within the Superverse, so linked to Superman Lois, because that is the show that's going to be leading the way into the future. Hopefully we get some other shows. It really remains to be seen if that's possible because of the way the CW is going. So that's why this is such good news, because no one was expecting this. And so basically they are teasing that J'onn J'onzz is going to be the lead character, of course, as Martian Manhunter. He's going to be a superhero but also a law enforcement officer protecting National City. Obviously that makes a difference from the J'onn J'onzz that we had on Supergirl, so already you can tell there is some differences, and he's going to be facing off against a mystery villain that threatens the whole of National City. So it's through his investigative work as a police detective that he's going to try and figure out what is going on with this villain, but also probably try and stop him using his powers as Martian Manhunter. So right now the pilot has been ordered, and we're supposedly going to get season 1 if they do like what they see with the pilot episode. They haven't set a date for when that episode is coming out, but you can presume maybe sometime at the end of this year, leading into next year, and potentially if they like it, you would get a season order. So things are looking up in terms of Supergirl related characters and the Superverse, as they are now calling it. So for now, we'll just have to wait and see as to when we get more details, who's going to be playing the character. Is it going to be David Harewood coming back? We know that David Harewood's been fairly busy. I know he's made a documentary, he's been on the West End in London performing lots of different shows, but maybe they have found time to actually slot him in and get him back to Vancouver. Or as I said, because this is part of the Superverse, maybe they're going to be casting someone else. I would be personally hoping for the return of David Harewood, even if they retcon his character, which it sounds like they're probably doing considering his role as a police detective. But at least it's good to see that he is sticking to National City and he's not going to be anywhere else, because that obviously links back to Supergirl. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments below. Would you be excited for a Martian Manhunter TV show? I know that I would certainly like it, and that's why I have to say it's a shame that this is actually not happening. This is an April Fool's video. I'm sad to say it's April 1st today. I don't know how many of you guys kind of went along with it since the start of the video or not. I'm sure many of you got it since the start, but I did go into some facts and obviously I created a story around it. However, I have to say personally, guys, I would love to actually see a Martian Manhunter show, and I've been a big fan of David Harewood on Supergirl for a long time. So if they actually did this, I would be there straight away. I'd watch every single episode. I would cover it on my channel. But I'm going to be honest here, guys. I don't think it's likely that David Harewood is going to come back as Martian Manhunter anytime soon. The future of the Arrowverse and the Superverse is very much so shaky right now because of the leadership at the CW. Doesn't seem that they're very interested to introduce new shows. So maybe that was the thing that gave it away to you guys, considering that I said it was coming to the CW. But we can only hope for the future. Like, let's hope there's actual new DC shows coming to the CW or coming to other networks instead if they have to move away from the CW. And there's always the chance that a show like Superman and Lois could continue beyond the CW. We've seen network changes. Just look at Supergirl. It started on CBS and then moved to the CW, and obviously now is a different case with the people in charge, but Superman and Lois could go elsewhere if it needed to be saved. But as for Martian Manhunter, nothing has been announced in the DCEU, so I don't know if James Gunn has any intention of introducing Martian Manhunter to the DCU. Obviously he was involved in the DCEU because in Zack Snyder's Justice League you see Martian Manhunter for the first time. That was teased a while back and we finally got to see it, which was super exciting to us Martian Manhunter fans like myself. But it's sad that we're not going to see more of that unless the Snyderverse miraculously continues, but that's looking not very likely despite some shows being saved here and there by different networks. And obviously Warner Bros are more open to this as of right now because they see it as a money-making venture, and that's what the CW is doing right now. So maybe you'll see some shows being sold to other networks or streaming services. So that's just the way that I wanted to end this video, by actually analyzing the possibility of a Martian Manhunter show, because I don't want to just fool you guys and give you guys nothing. So right now I'm going to say it's unlikely we're going to get a CW Martian Manhunter show with David Harewood. If we were to get anything, maybe Martian Manhunter could show up on Superman and Lois, but it would, like I said earlier, probably be a retcon version of the character played by someone else with a different backstory, maybe more like the comic book version, who on Mars was a law enforcement officer and then when he got to Earth was a police detective. That's where I got that bit at the start of the video, because that actually happened in the comics and I would like to see that. What happens if we went with a Martian Manhunter story that was more angled around him being a detective? I think that would be very interesting, but like I said, probably not very likely. But hopefully James Gunn picks up on it, because Martian Manhunter is one of the biggest DC characters out there, and he's appeared in many animated shows. He's obviously been a main character on Supergirl. He's appeared in the DCEU with Zack Snyder, but for now things are up in the air, so we'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry that the news I'm breaking here wasn't in fact news, it was just an April Fool's prank. But hopefully you gained some insight as to the status of maybe a Martian Manhunter project coming in the future. in the back half of this video. And so let me know in the comments down below, did you fall for it? Did you not? It's fair enough if you fell for it, but also big up to you guys who didn't fall for it, because yeah, it's April Fool's. You should be expecting jokes. I've seen many videos online already pranking people. But happy April to all of you guys. And yes, I know in other parts of the world, in Asia and Australia, it's already the 2nd, but currently in the UK, America, we're still on the 1st. So yeah, sorry for that, guys. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. And you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.